Heading into week 4. Hammer in the building with us tonight. What's good, Hammer?
Yeah, buddy. Feeling good. Let's go.
Um, a lot's happening. Malik Neighbors just jumping. This guy's about to go for 200 targets.
He's awesome. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Now, is that a good thing for Daniel Jones? Like he's making Daniel Jones look better than what he is? Like, do people have faith now in Daniel Jones again?
I don't think so just because they can't get into the end zone. Like no touchdowns against Washington, no touchdowns against Dallas. I don't think it's hurting Malik Neighbors. No, I'm not no touchdowns against Washington, but I don't think it's hurting Malik Neighbors stock, but I do think the fact that the offense looks very limited without um without anybody else besides Malik Neighbors, right? Like Slayton, right? Wandell Robinson. Now, Wandell Robinson actually is pretty good. I like what I've seen from Wandell. Devin Singletary was absolute dog shit in that game against Dallas, and Dallas has been a team that's got their guts stomped out on the ground. So I think Daniel Jones needed that, right? Like, what good quarterback doesn't have a good go-to target? You know what I mean? So
Right.
I think it's both. Like Daniel Jones needed him, and I don't think Malik Neighbors needs Daniel Jones as much as Daniel Jones needed Malik Neighbors. I guess that's the point.
Right.
So yeah, so overall solid. Malik Neighbors is gonna get a shit. What is he? He's averaging 12 targets a game.
It's
That's
ridiculous.
absurd.
Yeah,
But he did get the concussion though at the end of the game, so he may not
he
even play
did.
next week. I know it's a 10-day layoff, so that might help him, but he did get the concussion at the end of the game. I just wonder how much all those targets are going to wear him out. And it's not like targets like 9 routes. Like he's catching it over the middle and just getting walloped on each
Right.
target, right? So that may take a toll over the course of the regular season.
Jamie, what up, Jamie? What's good, man? Albert, what's good, Albert? Marty, what up, Art? What up, Marty? Let's go this week, Hammer. Um, Jair about to get exposed again. Yeah, I mean
Oh,
JJ's not
stop. He
even
might
entertaining that shit. He's like, yeah, man. He makes it a big
Oh,
deal. Ain't no big
please.
deal to me. I mean,
Oh, please. First of all, the prodigal son, which is Jordan Love. So we'll see what happens. But I'm excited. That should be a really good game tomorrow. I'm definitely looking forward to watching that.
man, what
Maybe
up, Cav?
division for that game.
Bogey, what's good, Bogey? Albert said Khalil Shakir or JMO this week, full PPR.
Whew. Well,
Shakir's been
let's
playing
put it
well.
like this. Shakir has the safer floor. JMO has the way higher ceiling. It's
Right.
hard to split the two. It really just depends on what you need for your team. I would imagine these guys are slotting in as your wide receiver 3 flex type positions. So if you like consistent production, go with Shakir. If you want that home run upside, go with JMO. The only caution I would say with JMO is that Jared Goff has not looked great so far, right? Josh Allen has played way better, and that Bills offense has been way more productive. So I think that's where I'm at with that. I probably leans towards Shakir, but if you want that home run upside, obviously JMO is a good play there. Which way you going?
You got I mean, you actually it's actually in a good situation where you don't really even have to decide until that Sunday night game. So like you can see what's going on in your matchup and say, "Hey, I need to go hit
True,
the home
true.
run," and say, "Okay, I'll play JMO." To where if you just need a few points, you might feel safer just playing Shakir, you know?
That's true because the Bills play Sunday night, and then
Right.
obviously the Lions play Monday night. So that's actually a good point. But yeah, man, I'm just I love the way Shakir's played. I was really high on Shakir coming into the season. Obviously, a ton of targets available with the departure of Diggs and Gabe Davis. And I said from the beginning that Shakir is one of those guys who has been there, right? He's been there for a couple of years. So he has a rapport with Josh Allen. Even when Diggs and Davis were there, we could see some signs of Shakir being a good playmaker on this team. So I really feel like Shakir, not that he's going to finish as a wide receiver one, obviously, but somewhere in that mid to bottom wide receiver two. And that's pretty good production considering where he was going in drafts. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Shakir and what he's going to be, what he's producing already, and what he probably should produce the rest of the season.
Right. Just because you paid love like Jesus Christ don't mean he's him.
He is him. We've seen now he didn't have a great game against Philadelphia, obviously. He played well enough. I mean, that defense got carved up by Saquon, but hey, listen, I love everything we have. And the playmakers are healthy. Like there hasn't been Christian Watson's been healthy, no issue. There's no issues to the playmakers. So we got the full complement. And I'm interested to see, is this the Aaron Jones revenge game?
Could be. Evan said, trade in the inbox. It's a 10-team superflex. Give him Justin Herbert. Give his Justin Herbert. Get Anthony Richardson, Troy Franklin, and a 25 third would be my QB2 playoff team. Just scared of AR. So you're getting AR plus to give up Justin Herbert. The 10 team.
I would see if I could combine that Troy Franklin and the 25 third and maybe get a second, like a Rich and a second. I understand it's 3 assets for 1. I get it. But I think the 2 would be more valuable than Troy Franklin and the third. That's where I would go with it. I've never been a big fan of Anthony Richardson. Now I do realize the potential and the upside, but I'm not. I can't mess with Anthony Richardson. I've never been a big fan of his. I have no shares of him over the past 2 years. I'm not feeling it. The target, the accuracy is god awful. He only throws the deep bomb, and he's not really giving you much in the way of rushing upside. So I'm not feeling Anthony Richardson. However, if you're getting assets on top of it, that's where we can talk. So if you could snag instead of Troy Franklin in the 25 third, if you could up that to a second, I'd be open to it.
I think I don't. I think I'll just smash it either way. Just give me Anthony Richardson that the guy's even thinking about giving you like a little plus on top. And I know it's a 10 team, so Troy Franklin don't really mean anything. The third doesn't really mean much either, except for, like a trade chip for something. But I think the fact that it's a 10 team, like you can take the chance on Anthony Richardson on the upside, being that he would be your QB2 anyway. And like if you don't like Anthony Richardson, like you can always trade him away again also. All you need is those 1 or 2 good games in a row, and then boom, like people are going to be back on Anthony Richardson. And if you're still uncomfortable, you can just trade him at that point where where the value is up. But I'm surprised you're getting a Rich plus, for Herbert, who's a little bit banged up right now and hasn't played like amazing.
No, but he's been better than Anthony Richardson, which isn't saying much.
Yeah, I'll still go for the upside in the 10 team. Give me the upside. What do you guys think of me and Diaz trade in your league, the Mahomes trade? What was the Mahomes trade?
I got it right here. Marty sent Patrick Mahomes and a 2025 third, and Marty received Kyron. He basically received the Rams backfield, Kyron Williams and Blake Corum and Justin Herbert. So Mahomes and a third for Kyron, Corum, and Herbert.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I can see both sides of it. One wants Mahomes, one wants to down tier a little bit, but also pick up the running back, the Rams' whole running back room. So yeah, I mean it's pretty even trade. It just depends which side that you want more, really. I'm okay with either side.
I will
I
say
need a
just
running
from
back, but
I will just say from the standpoint of, and anytime I look at a trade, who got the best player? Diaz clearly got the best player, but I do like Justin Herbert's upside in the years going forward with with Jim Harbaugh and the way he works with quarterbacks. Obviously, QJ has shown up and he looks like a real player now. Lad McConkey, I think we've seen him make some plays. He looks like he's going to be really solid. So I'm not mad at it from that standpoint. It's not going to do you any good right now because I don't think, you know, the way Justin Herbert's banged up, but I do think as a future move or a look ahead move, I think it's a pretty solid trade overall. You never want to give up the best player, probably in the best quarterback, but I can understand it. And you're getting some quality running backs.
Right. I mean, Mahomes hasn't been like elite.
No, no.
So, I mean, we're
QB
still kind
14
of,
currently.
we're still kind of waiting on that. So,
4 interceptions already through 3 games.
yeah.
So
Thoughts on CMC and the Madden curse? Nah, just really want to see where you got Jordan Mason value wise. Well, I had like reposted something in my stories from last year. Jordan Mason, we were telling you to get Jordan Mason last December. He was on our stash list because we thought that he might be the guy, the next guy up. Elijah Mitchell can't stay healthy, right? At some point in time, CMC, might be
that
going down.
that
And
was
boom,
my key.
and there
That was my
and
key.
and here it is. And now Jordan Mason, I mean, some people are getting first for him. I mean, I haven't been able to get a first. It's been a second and a piece for me. I've kept him in 2 of my leagues I'm contending. I've traded him in 2 other leagues. Um, but yeah, that's where I mean, for me, he's worth like a second and a piece. If you could try and get a first or get creative and get a first, especially to like a CMC owner,
Mhm.
like, you can try and do that.
Yeah, I totally agree with the CMC owner thing. That's always been a big thing because he's going to be more valuable to the CMC owner, not now, but maybe even going into next year and the year after, depending on how things shake out. But if you watch the episodes that we were doing, before the season started, I kept harping on how much of the workload is going to start to catch up with a 28-year-old running back. And I'll say it once more. Over the last 2 years, Christian McCaffrey, so 2022 and 2023, Christian McCaffrey had 500 rushing attempts and he had 191 targets. That's almost 700 opportunities in 2 years. At some point that was going to come back. Like at some point there was going to be some get back for all of that work he was getting. So yeah, really unfortunate. I don't really buy into the Madden curse too much. I just think that it was just a product of him being utilized that much over 2 years, dude. Like they didn't even look at any secondary running backs. They weren't even giving these guys the ball. So unfortunate for CMC owners, especially if you got him in redraft, but even in Dynasty, like what does this look like going forward for his Dynasty value? Just overall, it might be tough. So but Jordan Mason obviously stock way up for the time being anyway, till once the hints of CMC is coming back, that's when Jordan Mason's value is going to take that dip. So you want to take advantage of that value probably yesterday.
Right. Aches a lot. What up, Aches a lot? Richardson, the brand new Trey Lance. No, I mean, I think
I
it
wouldn't go
could be
that far, but
could it be like a Justin Fields ish situation type? But Fields looks like he might get another shot now. I mean, he's playing well. The team is playing well, so we'll see how that kind of unfolds. That's interesting.
I just think that with Richardson, like the Colts historically have had good organizational structure. And I bring that up all the time because that's a big deal, right? Just look at the Chicago Bears. You just pointed out Justin Fields. Chicago Bears, terrible. Look at Carolina, right? Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold were quarterbacks in Carolina and did diddly squat. And now they've revived their careers going to Tampa Bay for Baker and obviously now Minnesota with Sam Darnold. So structurally, organizations matter for the development of quarterbacks. Like it's that simple. So I think Richardson will be productive, but how productive can he be with his limited accuracy? I guess that's the biggest thing. And if he's not going to give you that sky high rushing upside, he's not really going to be that good.
All right. We got some questions on Instagram. We'll get them in 1 second. Sid and Richardson this week. Should I fire up Geno or stack Fields with Pickens?
I mean, firing up Geno is not a bad thing, especially they're playing against Detroit. So I think that could be a solid scoring type game. Over under in that game is 46.5. So I'd fire up Geno. I wouldn't really go for that stack with Fields because while Fields is playing well, he's not exactly lighting it up fantasy wise. So I'd run Geno out there if you're benching Richardson.
The Colts defense is not. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm firing up Geno. He hasn't been great, but he's been solid. Solid enough anyway.
Right. I mean, Fields and Pickens just haven't been able to connect on like an elite level yet. I mean, Fields is probably a good floor, but yeah,
He's been getting better production wise over the last, since he started.
I'm gonna go with
And
Fields. Not because of the stack necessarily.
you like the rushing upside?
Yeah, and the Colts just the defense I don't feel has been great.
I'm not mad at that.
All right. Let's see. Swift, Rashard White, Zamir White. What do I do with these guys? Swift, Rashard White, Zamir White. What do I do with these guys? I mean, Swift and Zamir White were on like the do not
Nothing.
draft list for
Dog
us.
shit.
We did not,
Dog shit.
we have no shares of them. We don't, we didn't like them coming in. Rashard White, I mean, though he hasn't been great, I think there's still some upside there just because he's going to get work. Even though he hasn't been that good, he's still getting
And
volume. But
Buck
I know
and
Bucky's
Bucky
kind of,
Irvin. Bucky
you know,
Irvin is looming. Bucky Irvin is looming. Yep.
Bucky Irvin is looming. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see how that turns out. But it's hard to do anything with those guys because they haven't done anything, so nobody wants them. So you
Yep.
can't just go out and just trade them for
Yeah,
somebody.
selling low isn't going to get it done. You have to wait for a breakout game and then see
Right.
what you could get.
Right. Fields or Mahomes this week?
Oh, it's Mahomes. That's not that close. It's
Yeah, we're
still
going with
Mahomes.
Mahomes there. I got Baker and golf too, so I was okay with trading Mahomes. Thanks, y'all. Yeah.
I get that.
I mean,
And that's a pretty solid trio. And I see what Marty was doing. He wanted to kind of fill out the rest of it. And you still got Justin Herbert, who obviously signed the contract, and they brought in, like I said, John Harbaugh. So I'm good with that, or Jim Harbaugh, I should say.
Simp, what up, Simp? If Mixon is out, was gonna start Akers as my RB2. If Mixon plays, should I start Braylon or Roshan with all my injuries this week? Should I flex BTJ or Michael Wilson?
Well, it looks like Mixon is out. I do have a share of Mixon in redraft, and he's most likely not going to play. So I would go into the game anticipating Mixon not playing. If that's the case, you can roll with Cam Akers. Braylon Allen's been getting good work, man. That boy is
Mhm.
doing work. So you could consider Braylon Allen over Cam Akers if you really wanted to. I would not be mad at that. The Jets have a pretty good matchup against Denver, so I wouldn't be mad at you if you fired up Braylon Allen here. Honestly, if it's between Braylon Allen and Roshan, fire up Braylon if Mixon doesn't play.
Roshan should be getting an expanded role apparently too. So
I'll
even
believe it when I see it. Do you trust Chicago?
that's an
Do you trust
interesting
Chicago?
option.
Do you
No.
trust Chicago? There you go. Start Braylon Allen if Mixon's out. Let's
Oh
simplify
man.
this bad boy. I'm not fucking with anybody
Or
on
do
the
you
Bears.
just go with Akers? I mean,
Well, if Mixon plays, he would
then you're
obviously play
definitely not going
Mixon.
Akers, right?
Right. No, of course. But it doesn't look like Mixon's playing, honestly. I like I said, I have him and I've been getting the alerts and it doesn't look like he's gonna play.
Yeah, I mean, Braylon Allen's been solid. He's giving you what, like 10 points a game or something like that, give or take.
And he's got touchdown upside.
They're playing Denver too, so
I don't know if you noticed, but a couple of weeks ago, I said, watch out for Braylon Allen because he's putting some good work out there. And I'm not saying it's limiting Brees Hall, but I'm seeing a lot more Braylon Allen out on the field than a Brees Hall owner would like. That's all I'm saying.
that's okay. I mean, he doesn't have to take the brunt of he could be more efficient, not get pound. Like Braylon
Whoa,
Allen's
whoa,
taking
what was that?
Braylon Allen's taking
What
like
was that?
11 carries last game,
That's a
right?
good amount of
7
work.
carries the game before that. So I mean, yeah, I mean that's fine as long as Brees is getting that, 15 to 20 carries and he's getting targets, like,
Which he
as
is,
long then you're good with that. So
but they're utilizing Braylon Allen. That's for damn sure.
yeah. Took a swing on a CMC deal, traded away CMC, George Pickens, Burrow, and ETN. Traded away CMC, George Pickens, Burrow, and ETN for Jaden Daniels, Keenan Allen, Jonathan Brooks, and Garrett Wilson. I haven't been impressed with ETN.
Well, yeah, because the Jags offense is just absolute dog shit right now.
So we were able
Their
to get
offensive line is kind of dookie.
Daniels, Brooks, and Garrett Wilson. Okay. Current running back core is Connor, Monty, Hubbard, and Brooks. Wide receivers are Collins, Olave, Chi, Christian Watson, and Wilson. I wonder what a good trade value for Higgins.
I mean,
I
right
mean,
now Higgins came back. He had a decent game, but yeah, I don't think you're going to get tremendous value. I think you think you'll still get some good value. You could probably get a second and a piece for Higgins, but that's tough because he just came back and the Bengals kind of stink right now. So I think he's going to need to, you know, have some decent games here and not get hurt. Like his injury history is hurting him right now.
right. I mean, just hold them until the value goes up. You should see a value bump if he starts playing well. I mean, Burrow starts slinging it. I mean, they looked better last game, so does that continue on? And then you might have another window in the offseason too when he's a free agent. So
Hmm. Hmm.
hold them for now until that value goes up. Simp, my bad, we forgot that last part. BTJ or Wilson? We'll go BTJ.
Give me Michael Wilson here. That Jags offense doesn't look good.
It doesn't, but I'll still roll with BTJ. Diaz, what up, Diaz? Love playing or not, Hammer?
Yeah,
What's
loves
good with
playing.
Love?
Yep, fire him up. I got so many shares of Jordan Love. I don't know what to do with it.
Makes a lot says Zamir White, Ty Chandler, or Emmanuel Wilson.
Emmanuel Wilson's the best play here, honestly, even with Josh Jacobs playing. So Zamir White's been god awful, even in good matchups. He's been god awful. Ty Chandler hasn't really given you a whole lot. Emmanuel Wilson's been pretty solid.
Yeah. It's definitely either Ty or Wilson. I'm gonna go with Ty Chandler. You go with
I'm
Wilson.
sure you are.
Yep. Jackson, what up, Jackson? What's good,
Jackson, what up,
man?
man?
This week, y'all like DJ Moore or Amari Cooper in the flex?
That's a good one. That's a really good one. I think they're both on like roller coaster kind of offenses. Obviously, Amari Cooper had the breakout game last week. DJ Moore looks frustrated, man. And is Keenan Allen returning anytime soon?
Yeah, I think he's questionable for tomorrow
DJ
still.
Moore is the
Looks like
safer
he's
play
trending
here.
towards playing. See, Keenan Allen is trending towards playing, and Keenan Allen had 11 targets week 1.
But
So,
DJ
like,
Moore had 8, even with Keenan Allen on the field. So I don't
I
think DJ Moore is that affected by Keenan Allen.
I know, but even still, that matters. And don't forget, you still got Odunze there, where for like Amari Cooper, like Amari's getting the targets 9 targets, 8 targets,
I
12
hear it.
targets. Had 2 touchdowns last game. Didn't do really jack the games before that, but I'm
DJ
gonna
Moore
go
has
with
been
Amari.
more
I'm gonna go.
consistent. I'm gonna
Oh,
go. I'm gonna go DJ Moore here.
yeah, I'm not mad at it, I guess. Rate the squad though. Josh Allen, Achan, Singletary, Najee, Akers. Damn, you even said Akers. Marv, Godwin, Moore, Cooper, Kirk, Kittle, Goddard with Vikings D. Yeah, Vikings D is definitely strong.
Fuck that Vikings D. Give you Vikings D.
Uh,
Well, you got Josh Allen, who's crushing people. Achan's been really good. Singletary's been solid outside of that Thursday night disaster. I'm done with Najee Harris. I'm fucking done with Najee Harris. I'm out. Had enough. Marv, obviously. Godwin, obviously solid. DJ Moore. Yeah, this is a solid team. A little
Najee's
bit
been
old.
decent. They just haven't scored touchdowns,
No,
but he's got
no.
20 carries, 17 carries, 18 carries. He's
Look at the
getting the
yards per
volume.
carry.
Five
Look at the
five
yards per
catches
carry.
last game.
Look at the yards per carry.
I know it's not
No,
great, but he's
done.
getting the
I'm out.
volume.
I'm out. I'm sick of Najee Harris.
He's at least
Done.
giving you a good floor. I mean, compare who are you gonna
That's
play, Akers
fair.
instead?
That's fair. That's fair. But I'm
You
fucking
know?
done with Najee Harris and his 3.5 yards a carry bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's really up to the wide receivers here, right? I mean, can Godwin continue doing what he's doing? Can DJ Moore step it up a little? Amari Cooper, like, is he going to play like he did last game, or is he going to play like the first two games? Kirk, I mean, didn't do jack for 2 weeks, and then had
Kittle's been hurt.
a decent outing. Kittle, right?
Goddard had a
Um,
good game.
Goddard's got a good game, and it looks like both of these guys are out again, right? No Devonta and no AJ Brown, so Goddard is
Yep.
actually a really
Fire
good
up
play.
Goddard. Yep.
Yep. Simp, I'm going with BTJ. Hammer's going with Wilson.
Yep.
Oh, he's got CMC. Damn. Okay, that's why that hurts.
That
Yeah,
hurts. Yeah.
CMC
But
on IR.
Achan and Singletary have been holding it down. Like I said, I know Singletary had the terrible game against Dallas, but Singletary
But
was good the 2 games before that.
right, but Jackson, you should have had Jordan Mason though. I mean, especially going into the season, right? Like we kind of knew that CMC was dealing with something, and I think Elijah Mitchell was already done at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
Simp said he got Eckler, AJ, Adams out
Ooh,
this week. Mostert's questionable, struggling. Yeah,
it's a
there are
struggle
some
bus
injuries.
season.
I've got AJ Brown in a couple
I got
leagues, and
AJ Brown.
that's killing me a little bit. But I'm still in there in my contending leagues and my redrafts. I'm still good. We'll see what happens
Let me
after
ask
this
you
week.
this. Let me ask you this really quick. I'll just throw this out there for you guys. Would you play Jordan Love this week against the Vikings or Jalen Hurts without his top 2 wide receivers?
Still probably play. Oh man, I want to
That's
say Hurts, but listen, the Vikings D's been good. I don't know. Jordan
and
Love.
I
I mean,
w-
it's the first game back.
and I was fucked up. So you want to hear what happened to me in the OG league? I didn't know if Jordan Love was playing, and Daniel Jones was my third quarterback. So I couldn't afford to wait for Jordan Love to be officially, active. So I ended up having to play Daniel Jones in my super flex spot. Now I have to choose between Jalen Hurts and Jordan Love, which I don't like, obviously. I don't love, pun intended. Fucked.
I guess
Fucked.
Love, but no, I don't know. I'm still probably playing Hurts.
And they both
Still
play at
probably
1
playing
o'clock.
Hurts. I mean, he's just gonna throw it to Saquon instead.
And Goddard.
And Goddard, exactly. Think we'll be all right. You
Well,
think
they got
Adams
what's
gets
his name?
what?
They got what's his name from Washington? Dotson.
Yeah, I
Is it
mean,
Dotson
we'll see.
season?
Yeah,
Week
man, I
4?
don't know. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Adams gonna get traded to the Jets. Sim said.
Business
I heard
decisions.
Jets, Chiefs. There's a couple options. We'll see. Oh, some dude took Mason in the 6th round. Wow, that's crazy.
Woof.
Okay. So, I mean, not your fault then. My bad. Mr. Bakes a lot said flex Wilson, Lazard, or Kittle, full PPR, tight end premium.
Mm. It might be Kittle if he plays with the tight end premium. No Debo.
Yeah, I like that's. I would like Kittle.
Kittle's good to go. So I'm going. I might go Kittle here.
Oh, he's out for half the year. Yeah, it was questionable, but it was still a concern. I mean, we didn't know how bad it was, of course, but you gotta make because you know that any running back that plays in that offense is just gonna score points. So
Mm-hmm.
took back to the DJ or Amari. Would you rather have Goddard in there? I mean, But out the tight end premium, would we rather have Goddard instead of DJ or Amari?
No tight end premium?
No. Nah.
Nah, I mean, no AJ Brown and no Devonta Smith. That kind of makes it tight end premium if you think about it, because he's gonna get
I guess
probably
so.
10 targets. I'd be hard pressed. I still wouldn't do it. I'd still go DJ Moore here, but I can see the scenario where you play Goddard. I could see it, honestly, with the circumstances. But I'm
I
still gonna
wouldn't
go
be
DJ Moore.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. I'm still going Amari too. Love, Hurts. Marty said love. Patrick, what up, Patrick?
Oh,
We still up in here, Patrick. We missed you.
Return of the Jedi. Where you been, Pat?
CJ, what's up, CJ? Pick 3, Aaron Jones, Tony Pollard, ETN, Monty.
Well, Aaron Jones and Monty are the locks.
Right.
So
Right.
it's
I'm with
between
that 100%.
It's between Tony Pollard and ETN, and at this point, I think it's got to be Tony Pollard. ETN obviously has some touchdown upside, but we haven't seen it this season. So give me Tony Pollard here. ETN might find his behind on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, Pollard, not great last game. Miami, though, this game, so that could. ETN, I know he's been dealing with a little bit of something.
He doesn't
But
have
he's still
anything.
scoring like decent
Yeah,
points.
he's getting you double digits in PPR formats. So
They're playing Houston. I'm still gonna go with ETN.
I'm not mad at that.
So I'll go, yeah, Jones, ETN, and Monty. But I'm not mad at playing Pollard instead.
Yeah, Jones and Monty are the locks here, and then it just really depends on how you feel about Pollard and ETN.
I don't think I even have really much decisions to make this week, like with injuries and shit. I think most of my lineups are locked in already. It's AJ Brown out, so Emma, we worked past the fact you were a Packer fan. Now you had to go ruin it by wearing the Yankees hat.
And a Yankee sweatshirt.
Should I go Laporta, Ertz, or Komet PPR?
I'm not going
going
Ertz.
against. Yeah, I'm not going against Laporta. I mean, I know
No, neither
Komet
am
had a
I.
good last game, but
I'm still Laporta until further
Caleb threw it over
notice.
50 times. That's not going to happen every game. But yeah, I still got to go with Laporta, especially where you drafted him. Like, you might as well just lose. If you're going to lose, then you're going to lose going down swinging with one of the best tight ends. So.
And
You can at least
he's
live with
gonna
that.
break
You
out.
can't live
Yep.
with yourself if Komet has fucking 0 catches or 1 catch for
And
6
Laporta
yards,
goes off.
and then
Yep.
Laporta goes off for 2, 3 touchdowns or 100 yards or some shit.
Facts.
Like I could live with Komet having another huge game.
Agreed.
I know Laporta was a little banged up too, but
Looks like he's gonna play though.
and I know he hasn't been
No,
doing much in the offense at all either.
he
So,
hasn't been
there's
good.
that part of it too. Like I know, but
No,
at the same time, you just
he
have
is who he
to
is. Yep.
play him. Got to. All right, what games we got coming up tomorrow? What's the best games that we got other than the Vikings? Of
Vikings
course.
Packers. Yep. Saints Falcons, I think, is very interesting. Ton
Yeah.
of fantasy implications. I really like that, especially divisional game. I really like that one. Not anything that really stands out until the nighttime. That Bills Ravens game. I'm stoked for that thing in prime time. So really hyped to see that. Seattle Detroit is interesting. Remember, Seattle's 3-0, traveling to Detroit. So Detroit's 2-1. So I think there's really 3 games that kind of excite me. Obviously, Packers Vikings, that excites me. Saints Falcons, I'm really interested to see if the Saints are for real and if the Falcons can kind of start to figure it out. Kirk Cousins has looked a little bit better as he's going along in that new Saints offense, coming off the injury. And then, that Sunday night game, That is just a dandy. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson in prime time. I'm excited for that one.
You said Commanders Cardinals?
I did not say Commanders Cardinals.
I
That is
mean, you
not
got
what I
the 2
said.
you got the two rookies, right? Marv, you got Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess there's some good storylines there, but it just doesn't leap off the page to me.
Nah, I mean, I
Now,
wouldn't leap off the page, but it's
Jaden
2 guys that
Daniels,
you wanna see that you could
yeah,
that you wanna watch. Jaden Daniels is doing his thing. I
he
mean,
is he Jaden Daniels looks like a dude, so we'll see.
that was the redraft secret weapon of just waiting and grabbing JD.
Mhm. Mhm. And like I said, Seahawks Lions. That's a game I'm definitely tuned in to see. That first game, Titans Dolphins. Ugh,
Oh, my
golly.
bad. Fantasy Fits, what's good, man? Where do you guys come out on Addison this week?
Good question. Really good question.
I mean, I think he's a good little sleeper, but I mean,
I,
depending how deep your league is, I mean,
I actually fired
what's
up
your option?
Addison. I
What's
fired
your
up
option?
Addison as a flex in one of my redraft leagues because I'm sure Sam Darnold could use an additional weapon, outside of JJ. Still no TJ Hawkinson, and we know and the way Sam Darnold's been playing, you'd imagine Jordan Addison's going to get 6 targets. Can he make the most of them? I mean, the Packers do have a decent secondary with McKinney back there, with Jair, with some of the things they could do on the
Oh,
back end.
here we go. Judy, Addison, Hopkins, or Mooney PPR.
Judy, Addison, Hopkins, or Mooney.
Hmm?
I think it's Addison.
I
I can
mean,
hear the Mooney stuff. Mooney's been playing well quietly.
yeah, and Kirk is liking him.
Quietly, Mooney's been playing very well. So I like what I'm seeing from Darnell Mooney, honestly. 2 really good games by Mooney, back to back good games.
Right. I mean,
Targets,
Hopkins.
15 targets in 2 games.
I think I'll ride with the hot Mooney. Like I think he'll give you. I think he's safe enough to play.
I'm not
I
mad
mean,
at
but I'm
that.
not mad if you want to play Addison or kind of Hopkins either. But
Yeah, it's between Addison and Mooney for me. I think I'd
yeah,
go Addison just because I like the way Sam Darnold's been playing. And JJ is going to get the bulk of the coverage. So I think Addison will be, especially with no Hawkinson underneath. I like some Addison to get, like I said, between 6 and 8 targets. And he's a home run hitter. So we like that. Give me Addison here.
I'm going with Mooney by a hair. But I feel you. I'm on Judy at the moment. No, I mean, I know
I
Judy's
can't,
been like decent, but
not
no,
enough
we're not
upside.
playing Judy. No, we're
Not
not playing
enough
Judy.
upside. He's getting some decent targets. He's got 21 targets in 3
Right.
games. So he's averaging 7 targets, but not a lot of upside.
Not enough to play him over.
Right.
Uh,
Mooney or Addison.
guys like Mooney or
Or
Addison for
Hopkins,
sure.
even for that matter.
Right, right, right. George, what's up, George? Start 2 non-PPR JMO, JSN, Flowers, or DJ Moore. Start 2.
JSN is too inconsistent here. One of them's got to be Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is doing some really good work. I'm gonna go Zay Flowers and DJ Moore. I could see the JMO upside here, but it's too hit or miss, and we know what he is. He's boom or bust. But I'm gonna go Flowers and DJ Moore.
I think I'm definitely going Flowers too. And then I might have to say DJ Moore too. I really want to say JSN, but it is it is a risk. We could see another 16 target game and we could see another,
Mm-hmm.
3 to 5 target game.
Those are the two
I
safest
think
plays.
slowly over the season, like we'll start seeing more of JSN, but can you risk it at the moment? Yeah, I guess I'll go the same. I'll go DJ Moore and Flowers too. JMO you can do for the upside if you just want a home run hitter. George or Trey Tucker.
That's a good one. Obviously, no Devonte Adams. Trey Tucker actually had a decent game, and I liked Trey Tucker when I saw him last year. Give me the upside with Trey Tucker here. Greg Dortch has been disappointing. Michael Wilson's the clear number 2 wide receiver anyway. So
Yeah, I mean Dortch just
Trey McBride is
he can
out
get
though
some targets, but everything is close around the line of scrimmage. Does that vault Greg Dortch up a little bit?
with McBride out. Maybe no Devonte
Even
Adams though.
still, the
You still have
upside is
Jacoby.
not like he doesn't have a ton of
No,
upside. He's a very short,
no.
like a PPR short.
Yep.
Everything's short. Trey Tucker is can he catch a bomb type.
Yes, he can.
Yeah, I'll probably just go with Tucker too. Let's do that. Someone
I'm
offered me
Tucker.
CMC and Olave for Mason and JSN. I'm 2-1. My starters are Barkley and Gibbs. CMC and Olave. He gives up Mason and JSN. Two and one.
That's
He's got Barkley and Gibbs, so he can't afford to wait on
on
CMC.
CMC. Yep.
He gets
Yeah.
what looks like a more trustworthy-ish wide receiver, I guess, right now with Olave. Not that he has kind of broken out yet, but yeah, I mean, if you can afford to wait, then I'm okay with it.
I
Just
agree, and I think
understand that just understand that if CMC doesn't come back, like,
you're fucked from a
yeah,
value
you're
standpoint,
fucked. But you're also making this move to try and dominate this league, like getting
especially in the
CMC when you
playoffs.
already have Barkley and Gibbs. So you're just taking the chance on, all right, maybe CMC comes back. I don't necessarily need Mason, but CMC comes back, you're crushing it.
And
And you've
Olave
got,
is going to slot
Olave
in.
production compared to
Yeah.
JSN, which is you could either just cross that out and say it's the same, or Olave has maybe a little bit more upside, unless Lockett like goes down or something.
Yeah, I'm not mad at this.
So yeah, I'm okay with that too. Half point PPR pick 3, likely Spears, Chase Brown, Braylon Allen, or Lockett. But if Olave don't play, I might have to slide Lockett to my wide receiver 2, but pick 2. All right, so pick 3 between hold on. Pick 3 between likely Spears, Chase Brown, Braylon Allen, and Lockett.
Let's have a pick 2, not 3.
If Olave don't play, then we got to pick 2.
Okay, so we'll just pick 2. We'll assume Olave doesn't play. We'll pick 2. Braylon Allen's got to be one of them.
Yeah, I would just play Allen and Brown. I'm not playing
Yeah.
Spears.
No, I'm not playing Spears either. I don't think I'm playing likely. Yeah, Chase Brown and Braylon Allen.
I'm not playing likely for sure. Yeah, Brown and Allen. Got you, Patrick. Flex McLeod, Dortch, or Lazard full PPR.
Man, I've played Lazard for a couple of weeks now, and he's been pretty solid. I mean, he's got the touchdown upside with Aaron Rodgers, and Garrett Wilson's getting the number 1 coverage. So now I know the Mike Williams thing is going to start to become a factor, but Alan Lazard's got 3 touchdowns in 2 games. So the touchdown upside is there. I just get weary of the Mike Williams stuff, but I'll still roll with Lazard. Ray McLeod's interesting because he's more of a gadget guy, and they have so many weapons in Atlanta. Like, oh god. But Ray McLeod's found himself getting good work. I'm gonna still roll Lazard here.
That's the best quarterback. I mean, he's more than likely to just walk into a touchdown compared to the other two guys.
Right.
So like you just basically just play like the war on that and just say I play Lazard and just
Yeah, I'm
roll
gonna
with
play
it.
Lazard for the touchdown upside.
Caddy, what up, Caddy?
Caddy.
What's up, man? I have G Will in that league, still Lazard. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, if you're in the flex, if
Still
it's
the best play.
if Lazard's in a flex, that's fine because they could both be productive. G Willie's gonna get his 8-10 targets, and Lazard, if he gets 5-6 targets, he might catch a touchdown.
One in the flex. Jacobs versus Minnesota. Ayuk versus New England. Monty versus Seattle.
I hate to say this, it's Monty.
Monty's an automatic tutty. I
It's
mean, every
Monty.
last
It's
year,
Monty.
every game this year so far, I mean, you gotta just play Monty.
It's Monty.
And Minnesota defense has been pretty good, but you feel safe with Monty. I mean,
Yeah, you have to.
just call him Montuddy.
I like that.
Pick two, CJ said Javante Williams, Spears, P. Ryan, or Hunt. Oh man.
It's not Hunt.
Definitely is not Hunt.
I think you got to go Javonta just because he's getting at least some decent work. He hasn't been great. I
Yeah,
think he had
I
a
mean, yeah.
Javonta is one of them, and then it's between Spears and P. Ryan. I know P. Ryan has been okay, but it looks like Steele is getting a lot of those between the tackle carries.
Yeah, P. Ryan, I
So,
think, is more the pass catching guy.
mhm. Is it Spears?
Uh, might be. Yeah, I'll roll with Spears, I guess.
He's getting some good pass catching work. That's all he's going to be able to do for you
He is. P. Ryan is getting
in the
that
half
too, though.
PPR.
Yeah, I'll roll with Spears. Fuck it. I mean, they're playing Miami. I don't know. That's fine. I'll go Spears and Javante. Start two. Higgins, Reed, Ridley.
Well, you're definitely playing Jaden Reed here, especially with Jordan Love back. And Jaden Reed had a pretty good game last week, even with Malik Willis. So I think Jaden Reed is the lock. And then Higgins and Ridley. Give me Higgins.
Yeah, I'm going the same. Higgins and Reed for sure. Higgins and Reed. Flex Sharps, Emmanuel Wilson, McLaughlin, or Ty Johnson.
It's between Sharps and Wilson. Now, Kenneth Walker is healthy. He doesn't even have an injury designation going into the game, but
Right.
do they still take it easy with him? And Charbonnet played really well the last 2 weeks with Kenneth Walker out. Give me Sharps here.
Right.
Emmanuel
Yeah.
Wilson, sneaky play though. He's looked really good behind
Go with
Jacobs.
Sharps
So
too. Give me
taking
Sharps.
Sharps there.
Ford or Monty? Monty, bro. Come on.
It's not even close. It's Monty.
Let's go. I'm rolling so far in the home redraft leagues. I mean, we're looking good so far.
Who's this we you're talking about? I'm okay. I'm 2-1 in your
Me.
league, and I'm
Me.
1-2 in my league.
We're rolling.
We got some injury news if you want to
All
go
right.
over that.
Yeah,
Guys we already know are out.
what do we got?
We got Chris Olave game time.
Right.
Rashard White was added with an illness. Obviously, we know AJ Brown is out. Kenneth Walker back.
Need AJ Brown to come back. I mean,
I
come on.
know. So do I.
Fuck.
Jordan Love back. Should be back. Tyler Huntley will be starting for the Dolphins
Mm.
on Monday night.
Yeah. That's right.
So interesting note there. Fire up Jawan Jennings, man. I didn't fire up Jawan Jennings like an idiot last week, and that's the reason I lost. So fire up
Oh
Jawan
my.
Jennings. I know. I
This is
know. It's
why you
bad.
have him. This is the
I
times
know.
that
I
if
know.
there's ever a time to play him, then this would be the time. Otherwise, trade him and get something for him at least.
Keep your eye out for Justin Herbert. He's expected to start barring a setback, but that injury didn't look good. So keep your eye out on Justin Herbert, but he's expected to start. Mm-mm.
Okay.
What else we got? What else we got? I think that's pretty much it. Sam Laporta expected to
He's
play as
playing,
well.
right? He's playing.
That's pretty much it right now. I think the big one. Oh, obviously Devontae Adams out.
Right,
Devonta Smith out.
right.
Tank Dell
Tank Dell
out.
out.
Mixon really questionable. I don't think Mixon's playing. Yeah, so those are the major ones that we have. Obviously, we don't get these official reports, but some of the guys we do definitely know are out. Like Tank Dell, we know is definitely out. Devontae Adams definitely out. Joe Mixon,
I
no,
have
we don't know
Allen
about
and JD5. Should I try and give away JD5 for something? Yeah, why not?
in redraft. Absolutely.
Yeah, somebody might want him. Maybe you can cheer up. A.T. Perry out makes a lot of sense.
What are we doing with Michael Pittman, dude? What the fuck are we doing
Can't
with
do
Michael
anything with
Pittman?
Michael Pittman
Jesus
until he
Christ.
starts actually producing. There's nothing
Oh
that
my
you can
God.
do. I mean, we knew that what this was a possibility with Anthony Richardson, and it's
But
going
the
to take
sample
some
size over
time.
the early last year was solid, man.
Yeah, but it was still a small sample size, and it's he's still a rookie. Don't forget, like he only played a couple games, like so he's still a rookie. This is still considered like his rookie season, basically. So there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. Like yes, he needs to get better, and there's going to be ugly ass plays. I mean, that's just what happens with some of these guys. And he didn't play a ton like in college either. So like, there's a lot to you know there's a lot to learn and a lot to try and get confidence in, and so it's gonna just take time. You just gotta have patience. But again, that rushing upside, like he doesn't have to
It's there.
be great like passing the football if the rushing
Yeah.
is there,
No, the rushing upside is definitely there.
We see that. So is Debo gonna play if he does start him over Lazard?
Debo's questionable. It says he has a chance to play. I'm not playing Debo. I mean, I'm not playing Lazard over Debo. I'm not doing that. So if
Yeah,
Debo plays, you
if
play him.
right, right.
But the problem is that Lazard plays at 1 o'clock, Debo plays at 4. So you have to make that
Cap,
decision at 1 o'clock.
what up, Caps? Henry or Jacobs?
Henry.
Yeah, Henry. Mayer, Joku, Ingram, McBride. Yeah, that's true too. These guys are all out. I forgot about that. McBride. I got a couple McBride shares.
McBride is out.
He he's out. Ingram's still fucking around. Joku. Nobody
Michael
cares about
May.
Michael Mayer anymore.
Michael Mayer is out this week too.
Yep. Uchan, Monty, Pollard, Mason, Ramondre, Rashard White. Are we picking? Need two.
Chan and Monty. Give me that.
No, no, we got Mason over there too.
Oh, you did say Mason. And with no Tua back there, it's definitely Monty. That's the lock.
Still got to play Achan. I think.
And I'm thinking you gotta play Chan as well. That's what I'm saying.
You
Chan and
know.
Monty. I didn't see the Mason in there, but
No, Achan and Mason.
you're not playing Monty?
You're gonna play him over Achan or Mason though?
I'm playing Monty. I'm playing Monty, dude.
Over who though?
I'll play him over Mason. That's fine.
You want to play him over Mason? No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Who's the flex? Like, can you play three of these guys? Who are you flexing? Can you put a Monty in the flex and play all three? It might be the best option. I need to start one wide receiver. Kirk, Terry, Sutton, Shakir.
It's between Terry and Shakir. Terry looked really good last week. He
Mhm.
didn't look good before that. Shakir's been steady all season. I'm good with Kirk and Sutton. So it's between Terry and
Sutton's been getting a
Shakir.
ton of targets, but yeah. But yeah, I'm with you. Terry and Shakir is the two I'm looking at. Probably
Shakir has
still
the
go
safer
Terry.
floor,
Yeah,
but
Shakir has a
Terry
pretty good.
But Terry has,
Go Terry.
Terry
Let's
has
go
that
Terry, baby.
upside that we saw. Give me Shakir.
Let's go Terry. All right, one Shakir and one Terry. One Shakir and one Terry. Our receiver one is St. Brown. Okay, good. Trade Monty and for Devonta and Braylon. I have Brees. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that as well. I just think that are you going to play Brees and Braylon at the same time? Like, do you plan on doing that? I know that probably doesn't matter in the sense, but you're getting the handcuff, which obviously is incredibly valuable to you, especially if anything happens to Brees. You're going to eat this week on Devonta, but he's obviously going to come back at some point. What is going on with Devonta Smith?
Knocked
Is he
out.
in the concussion
Yeah,
business?
he got
All
knocked
right.
out.
So he'll be back. Should be anyway. And the Eagles have a bye week, so you eat in 2 weeks.
Right. All right, we got a dynasty question. Would you sell Mixon or Pollard and a 25 third to receive McLaurin or Shakir and a 25 second in a dynasty superflex tight end premium? Not sure if it makes a huge difference, but I've also got Josh Allen as my QB1. Well, first off, if you got to choose between Mixon or Pollard, I would rather give up
Pollard.
Pollard, right? So
All right.
we can agree on that. And would you want McLaurin or would you want Shakir and the 25 second?
That's a tough one because I think Terry's the better receiver, but Shakir's obviously the younger receiver on the better team, on the better offense. So that's tough there. I think clearly Terry. Oh, I think it might be Terry. I know he's a little bit older too. I think Shakir's only 25. Terry's what, 28 now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
29. McLaurin's 29 now.
I don't know about Shakir for the future, but anyway, I think I just rather have the package. Like I know I'm getting points out of Shakir, and
Yeah.
now I got, now I have a second to play with. I could go out and buy, I could fucking go buy Terry McLaurin. And then you could have Shakir and McLaurin. But
Yeah,
just
because
that example,
McLaurin's
like
doesn't
somebody
take
in
that
that
much.
range,
Yeah.
like you could go out and buy a Mike Evans for that second plus, like, you can buy another veteran and still have Shakir. Like, so you just have more like flexibility of what you can do with both pieces.
Yeah.
Live with the Shakir production. Start Cooper or JSN this week.
Ooh, Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I'll go with Amari. Jake, what's up, Jake? Question: I was offered CMC, Rice, and Kyler for London, Gibbs, Darnold. Thoughts? CMC, Rice, and Kyler. CMC, Rice, and Kyler for London, Gibbs, and Darnold. He's got to give up London. He's got to give up Gibbs. He's got to give up Darnold. I'm okay with
Let's line
Kyler
them up.
over, right? Kyler over Darnold, or at
Mm-hmm.
least it's close enough with
London
the
and
way that
Rice.
Darnold's playing.
Right. You probably want Rice right now.
Right? You're giving up Gibbs, but then you're getting CMC. So it really just depends what your other running backs are. Can you wait for CMC to come back? If he comes back, can you take the risk, right?
That's the key. CMC is in a lot of deals now because people want to take advantage and see can you afford to wait?
Well, he's got
You-
Mason. Okay, so you're good. He's got Bijan and Mason. Bijan, Mason, and Gibbs. I'm good with doing it then.
I would imagine this
He's
is
still got
redraft,
James
right?
Conner. He's still got James Conner too. Yeah, I'm good with taking CMC. You're getting Rice and you're getting Kyler. Yeah, I'm
Kyler,
good with
you're gonna
that.
need that Kyler production with that Anthony Richardson Fields combo.
Good with that.
Yeah.
Redraft. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I'm good with that.
You're shaking it up, and remember, you have Cup who's out as well, so you're gonna need that production that you're gonna get out of Rice. I know London is good, and he's played better the last 2 weeks, but Rasheed Rice is that dude right now for Kansas
Right.
City.
Right. But yeah, I'm
And
okay with that. You've got other running backs. You like
you get the
you're
stack with Marvin
fine.
Harrison.
Right. You're
You get
getting Rice,
Kyler.
who's producing better than London is, and
Mhm.
you're getting Kyler, who is I'm not sure what they're
Outproducing
producing,
both.
or at least I know Darnold is doing awesome too. So maybe they're close enough. But
Yeah, but
over
Kyler's
the
gonna give you
course
the
of the
rushing
season,
upside.
right, 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 right,
And you stack him with Marvin Harrison now, which has been
right.
deadly.
Yeah. So you're good there. Yeah, you're good there. Puka. I've been trying to get Puka in some dynasties, especially at this time where he's hurt. People might be looking for some points. Start two this week, half PPR. Garrett Wilson, Deontay Johnson, Michael Wilson, Trey Tucker. It's got to be Garrett Wilson and Deontay.
Deontay's questionable though, so be careful.
I mean, pay attention to it, but otherwise, I'll probably go with Wilson.
Over Trey Tucker,
Yeah, or at least it's close. Or do I go with
especially
Trey
with
Tucker?
nah, I'd probably go with Michael Wilson with no McBride, and I
Right,
know I'm
right,
gonna get Kyler.
right. Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. But yeah, throw any questions you guys got in the chat. Smash the like for us if you haven't yet. Smash the subscribe if you're new. Questions in the chat before we hop up out of here. Appreciate everybody. Good luck tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow.
You know what's just crazy is the reason why we talk about getting certain guys is for situations like this where all these guys are out. Now, the wide receiver thing, you can rationalize, you can't always prepare for that, especially with wide receivers, but these running backs, man,
Hmm.
that's why drafting, like, especially I know a lot of people in our leagues, they auto draft after their starters, and I'm like, nah, bro, you got to make all these picks. They're fucking valuable regardless, especially in a dynasty league.
Trade Mason to the CMC owner for T. Higgins.
I might want a little bit more right now than T Higgins. Now that's not a bad trade, and you're taking good advantage.
And you get
Advantage.
more being that we don't really know what the outcome of CMC is.
That's the even more a reason why to get more to the
You
CMC
know?
owner. Use that leverage, right? Use the leverage that hey, we have no idea. CMC might not come back all season, so you're gonna need Jordan Mason.
Maybe
See
you
how
just
that,
keep Jordan, or maybe you just keep Jordan Mason. I
or
mean,
you could do that.
do you need T. Higgins? Like, Jacoby could do his thing
Yeah,
this game for sure. I like Jacoby.
Jacoby's a really good
Hmm.
play this week. Absolutely.
Yep. Trey Tucker's the most ad. Uncle Ted said, "Yep." We talked about him a little bit today.
We did talk about Trey Tucker.
Are
I'm
we
a fan.
looking to try and get Brooks before he does come back? And if so, what is the price?
Well, I think a lot of people are kind of anticipating like this is the time where Brooks's price is going up because they're anticipating him coming back regardless. So that might have been you might have wanted to do that either A in the off season or B in the first 2 weeks because now with the anticipation of his arrival, the price is going up by the minute
And
basically.
that the offense is playing better.
And that the offense looks good. Exactly. So you're probably looking at I mean, we haven't seen him yet and what he looks like.
Gotta be a first.
So
It's gotta be a first. People that drafted him spent a early second, if not a late first for him. I don't think there's anybody that's giving him up for at least not a first round pick, or at least that kind of value.
it says he's a nearing return.
No.
It's in the final stages. We may see him sooner than later. But do they play him as much right? Obviously, we're talking dynasty,
That's the
but
other thing. I don't know if they're playing much right away. I mean, Chuba hasn't looked that bad so far. are they winning or not? Do they have a chance? Like, do they just
Mhm.
throw them in there and say,
Mhm.
okay, here's the bulk load of the carries, or do they kind of ease them in a little bit?
Yeah, the value, and it's not, it's just the perceived value because he is nearing the return, and we see that he's pretty much going to be the number one guy there once he comes back. But how much does he get? And then, like you said, how is Chuba playing?
So it's
And
it's got to be a first, but is there a better window? Maybe he comes back and he's not doing his thing right away, right? Is there
mhm,
another
mhm,
opportunity? Is there another window where the value is down a little bit, where then you could get him, where then you could get him at that point? So, like, I want to buy him, but I don't want to pay the price that you have to pay to go get. Like, you have to spend a first or something at least, going equivalent to that. Unless, he's just on somebody's bench and maybe they need points and they're willing to, take the points over it. But, it's not going to be like that in every league. So Brooks is 4 weeks away. Yeah, we'll see what happens when he gets back.
but that's the thing though, and that's kind of what we're talking about is the closer he gets, the higher the price is going to be.
DSF reality. All the running backs about to be hurt for a month each. Yeah, I mean, we see some of them are starting to get banged up already. I mean, Bowers number one tight end this week. They're using Bowers like they're really using Bowers. And he's playing awesome so far. He's literally like tight end one probably right now. Yeah, DSF Brooks managers aren't selling him unless it's a first. Got to be a first. Yep. You're acquiring because fresh legs week 14 to 17. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, he is an interesting buy if you can get him, like I said, for the right price. But I think I've got one share of Brooks, and I wouldn't trade him for less than a first. Shakira is startable going forward,
He's an
depending
every
how
week
deep
flex
your
play
league
for
is,
me.
right?
Yeah, he's an every week flex play in a
But yeah,
12 team kind of league. 10 team maybe on the fringe, but in a 12 team with start 10, he's in your lineups, at least in the flex spot.
mm, I think
Are
all
you
my
fi-
lineups are set right now.
are you firing up all of your Green Bay options?
I don't think I've got any Packer wire. I just stayed away from that whole situation.
Oh, well, fuck you then.
I mean, even in Dynasty, I've used I've used the
That the
advantage
value.
of the read value to just tier up to the elite guys. So yeah, we are only on week 4, but yeah, we still got a lot more games left.
It goes by so fast though. I feel like you blink and I'm at week 4 already. Like
Hmm.
honestly, I don't feel like it goes slow.
I'm at a weird spot in some of like my rebuilding teams because like I have some ammunition to buy certain play, like to buy like an elite player, but
Mhm.
at the same time, like I don't want to like I'm not trying to add points to my team, like unless it's like a Puka that's hurt or something like that. But kind of got to wait for the right time to strike, where you have some assets to spend.
My boy Tutu Atwell, a good play. My
Two two.
boy. Yeah. He's a pretty good play. Would you play Tutu Atwell or QJ?
Mm, what the hell did Tutu do last game?
4 for 93 and caught another bomb.
I mean, Chicago defense has been pretty good.
Matthew Stafford's a dude
But
though.
Stafford is a dude. Stafford is a dude. What was it? Tutu or who?
QJ.
I mean, cute. Nah, we don't know what's happening with what's his name also though.
Herbie?
With Herbie, yeah. I don't know what's happening
QJ's
with
got
her.
he's
QJ's been
slated to
playing
play.
well, but
Yeah. Only 2 targets though last week, and obviously that was because of the Herbert injury, but he caught a touchdown. He's got 3 of those things in the last 2 weeks. So
right.
I got QJ in there right now, but
I think
and
I might be playing QJ. I mean, it's
I think they play at the same time though, because oh no, because they're playing the Bears. I got to see when they're playing. Because if Herbert plays, I'm playing QJ. But then Herbert could get hurt again. You know what I mean?
if Herbert plays, I'll just play QJ.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I said, they could fucking get hurt. When do the Rams? I think the Rams play at 1. They're playing the Bears. Yeah.
Need to start 3. DJ Moore, Jacobs, Pittman, Terry, BTJ, Sharps.
Pittman is out.
Yeah.
At least that narrows it down a little bit.
Well, okay with not playing BTJ. I'm not playing necessarily
agree.
Sharps with K9 back compared to the other options here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do we think it's definitely like a DJ Moore, Jacobs, Terry?
Considering these options, yes, because DJ Moore, even with Keenan Allen in the lineup week 1, still got 8 targets. He's had 10 targets over the past in week 2 and week 3. So DJ Moore is going to get targets. Like, I'm not worried about that. And then Josh Jacobs, clearly the number 1 running back, although he did struggle last week. And Emmanuel Wilson came in and played pretty well, but I think they want to utilize Jacobs, especially with Jordan Love just coming back. So yeah, DJ Moore, Josh Jacobs, Scary Terry.
Yeah, I'm rolling with that too. Rolling with that too. All right, y'all. Throw any last questions in the chat before we get up out of here. I will put the Discord in the chat also. So if you want to join the Discord, join the Discord. It's free. We've got start sits in there. We've got a bunch of different dynasty trades, 1 QB, super flex, redraft trades. We got a little betting section in there too. So hop in, it's free. Join the crew. Is Connor a must start due to playing Washington?
Now, Connor's a
I mean,
must start regardless.
over who? I mean, yeah, he should be a must start, but over who? Like, don't tell me it's like Bijan and Brees.
Oh, that would be funny.
You know. Otherwise, yeah. Okay, over Jacobs and Kyron. Over Kyron?
Kyron's tough because they have nothing else right now.
Right. 24 carries last game, 2 tutties,
He's
and
getting
also
the
a
work.
receiving tutty. I'm not
Yeah,
playing him over Kyron, I don't think.
neither am I. Jacobs, you can. That's a 50-50 split. Jacobs did struggle, but the week before that, week 2, Jacobs got like 35 carries or something like that. So you can make the argument over Jacobs. Depends on how you feel. Jacobs hasn't got any touchdowns though. So from that standpoint, Connor has more touchdown upside than Josh Jacobs right now. So I could hear the argument over Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm not playing him over Connor. I mean, it's a conversation if you want to play him over Jacobs. Gabe said over Jacobs for sure I would, yeah.
Yeah, I can't even argue with that.
Yep. Vikings strong defense. Yeah, that's another thing you could talk about too, is that who Jacobs is playing this week. You said Connor gets a wet dream matchup with Washington.
Listen, Jacobs was only on the field. Now, I know it was a bit of a blowout towards the end against Tennessee, but Jacobs only got 52% of the snaps last week. Now, like I said, was that a product of the blowout or was it a product of Emmanuel Wilson just playing better last week?
My bad. Steele, Akers, or Swift, pick 2.
Oh, God. Give me Steele and Akers, especially if Mixon doesn't play. Swift, I'm done.
If
I'm good
Mixon
on
doesn't
Swift.
play, it's Akers. If Mixon plays, then it has to be Swift, I guess. But start 2, Lockett, Keenan Allen, Michael Wilson, Lazard.
It's got to be Lockett and Keenan, no?
Yeah, I think so. Gotta be Lockett and Keenan, yeah. Yeah, I'm going with that too. All right, guys, we're hopping up out of here. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all Tuesday night, 10 p.m.